Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to the Knit Girls. This is our episode 140. I'm Leslie,
Hey.
also known as You Don't Call Me Les.
I'm Laura, also known as Lala.
We have been doing this a long ass time, girlfriend.
140 times at least.
Yeah, at least. Um, so welcome. What you working on?
I am working on some socks. So I'm in the middle of the heel
Row.
flap.
Okay.
I had to think there for a second. Shut your mouth. So there's the heel flap. The start of the heel flap. I haven't actually done anything. I'm just going back for the first time. This is Vesper Holly and the Ivy yarn. I'm using my knit pick size 1.5, and I like to slip stitches on the wrong side, so on the purl side, because it makes it go faster. That's a Lucy Navy trick. So this heel flap's going to have a row of slip stitches that go down,
It's
just
just
like
every
that
other
one
stitch.
does. Yep. And I do it on the purl side and then knit across back on the knit side, because I'm a slower purler than I am knitter. So that's the first thing that I'm working on. I got a little bit of work done on these at school on Friday, but not a whole ton during my lunch break. So
This is the
not a
second
huge.
one.
This is the second one. So this is
Well,
the
I guess
first
it would
one.
be because you just showed the heel of. Sorry, never mind.
No worries. So this is the second one. So it'll get there. Hopefully it'll get done this week. So that's the first thing I'm working on. And then the second thing I'm working on is not in the middle of a row. Awesome. It is a shawl. Get this kind of straightened out. This is when I miss having you. This is one of the times I miss having you.
Oh, just so I can hold things up. Thanks.
So it is a shawl that uses 2 different size needles. I'm designing it. It uses size 4s and size 9s. And the yarn is I'm really in love with this. I'm going to have to buy more. It's the Seasoning series by the Loopy U. It's exclusive to them. It's done by Lorna's Laces, I believe. Yep. And this is the Silver Lining colorway.
And so
And
it's
I
two
was,
separate colors, right?
it's 2 separate balls. I have it in my awesomely large bird leg bag. So here's the first one, a messy ball maker. And here's the second one.
And so they're not the same size when you get them, right? One is like half the size
No,
of the other.
I actually weighed them because I was thinking for once. And the larger one was 106 grams, and the other one was 28 grams.
Awesome.
So the larger one is 435 yards, and the smaller one's 100 yards. So really good yardage. It'll make a nice large shawlette. So I'm excited. I'm hoping to get to at least, I'm going to do a lace panel in the darker color next time for the second dark panel. So I'm hoping to get to that today.
Awesome.
That's the plan.
Because we're
I
recording a
got
little bit
all this.
earlier.
Do what?
I just said because we were recording a little bit earlier.
Yeah. We're recording at like 6 your time, 5 my time. So that's that. I feel like I'm in a box today. Like,
I know. I feel that way lately too. I don't know.
I don't know if my head's stuffed or what's going on, but all my needles are purple. Look. So those are the 2 size signatures for the shawl. And then my socks,
Wow.
purple.
It's a
Makes
happy Laura.
It is.
Okay. Well, I'm working on 2 things as well. The
Yay.
first is my Color Affection shawl, and that is in Miss Bab's Color Affection sets in Deep Sea Jellyfish, Oyster, and French Marigold. And it is very orange. Not that that's a bad thing, but I'm just not a typical orange kind of girl. So this is the first part in the Oyster, and then you introduce the French Marigold here, and then the Deep Sea Jellyfish here. So
You've gotten really far on that.
this is most of what I've been working on this week, and I'm So you do short rows, starting here, and they're very short rows, and then you just continue to increase. So I'm almost there. I've got maybe 30 stitches of the gray left, and then I'll be using the purple for the border.
Is it easy to tell how many, like, is it something that you could travel with? It's pretty easy.
Oh, absolutely.
To tell how
very. Once you've done the first set, you don't need the pattern anymore.
Okay, because sometimes with short rowing, I get lost if I'm not paying attention.
Well, every other row you change colors, so it's very easy to see where you've wrapped your stitch, and you never pick up your wraps in this shawl. You just leave the stitches wrapped. So it's very easy to see it. It's a very mindless pattern, but it is a lot of garter stitch. That being said, I probably will knit this again, honestly, because it's been a nice, the color changes are enough to keep you interested without you getting crazy. Like, I can't do the same thing over and over and over, which is why I've worked on this more than I have my other project, which, while I absolutely love the yarn, and I'm pretty sure I will love the FO, I'm not crazy about the endless stockinette. Let me pull up the pattern. Ooh, my thing's saying that it needs to charge. Okay, I hear you. All right, so I decided to go ahead and cast on for one of the sweaters that I want to knit this year, and so I cast on the calligraphy cardigan.
I totally forgot you were knitting that until right now.
I really am enjoying it, and part of it might be the yarn. I know that Karen from Round the Twist knit one of these in a green, Blue Moon, some kind of green. I don't remember what the colorway name was.
The green that sings from Blue Moon Fiber Arts and Heavyweight.
Okay, Laura remembers. And I'm
probably wrong, but I'm pretty sure
I think it is the green that sings. I don't know about the weight of the yarn, but I'm doing it in Madeline Tosh, Pashmina worsted, in the Thunderstorm colorway, and I'm alternating skeins, so it's two. One of these skeins is a little bit lighter than the other, which is why I'm alternating skeins, because with hand paints, you need to for any project like this, a big project like this. And I'm knitting that on my US size 6s. I did swatch on 2 different sizes, and the 6s gave me the gauge that I needed. And so I knit the collar. And then
look at that collar.
It is a huge collar. It's going to have a lot of attitude.
You can flip your collar at people. I love it.
And I'm not quite there for dividing for the sleeves.
Not quite.
I need almost 400 stitches on the needle for my size, and I'm at like 250 or something. So
how many do you increase every time? Like 8?
2, 3, 8. Yeah.
Okay.
So your standard raglan increases. Yeah. But it is just a luscious, beautiful yarn. And I'm really happy with working with it. Makes me very happy, but the stockinette bores me a little bit. So this will be a long-term thing. This won't be something that I work on monogamously. I expect it'll probably take me a couple months to finish this, and that's fine, because I'll insert other things while I'm working on it. I'm using some stitch markers that my friend Amy sent. So
aww.
I love this project a lot. It's going to be a wonderful finished object, but it's going to take a while. I'm okay with that.
That's perfectly allowed. Yeah. How many skeins of that yarn did you get?
8. So that should be fine. And I'm using a very fancy Ziploc project bag because it's what was handy. So.
One of our favorite project bag makers, Tangerine Designs, had an update today, and she's got 2 new organic fabrics, one with foxes and the other with possums, that I really, really like. And I went upstairs and I was like, maybe I should catch her update. And then I saw her like 4 bags that I already have on the ground. Like I have a little holder that holds all my bags right by my desk, and I was like, nope. I don't need any more bags. But if you do need a bag,
Tangerine Design.
And the fox one is adorable, as is the possum.
Yeah, I like her bags a lot. I think I've gotten, like, when I finish a project, I need to start cleaning out the bag as soon as I'm done, because I'll have like a tape measure in there and some stitch markers and a pair of scissors And so they just, like, my used, quote, bags end up in a pile, and then I have to go and, like, search for them. So I need to get into the habit of cleaning those out as soon as I'm done with them.
And I had to clean out a bunch of bags this week because I had like because I just leave my needles and like extra yarn in there, so I had like 7 or 8. So I did that, and then I cleaned off bobbins this week too.
You did, and we had a how many bobbins does Laura own quiz on the VKM the other day. So the answer is
25. But I have more than one wheel,
I was gonna
and
say,
my wheels have different heads to them.
And there's one has a woolly winder.
Yeah.
And you have a bulky flyer and all that, so they add up pretty quick. And you really can never have enough bobbins as a spinner.
No. Obviously, because I had singles, like little leftover singles to just do little, like, 25-yard 2-plies on a whole bunch of them. So I cleaned a whole bunch of those off. Finished objects. Do you want to go or do you want me to go?
Like I've got a finished object. No, honey.
Oh, I didn't even look. I'm sorry.
Nope.
That was rude of me. Super rude, Laura. The only finished object I have is, so in my misadventures this week, I actually misplaced a ball of yarn, so I couldn't work on something for several days because, of course, it happened over New Year's, and, of course, I left it in a place that was closed for New Year's, but I got it back, and it wasn't a big deal. But in the meantime, I had nothing to work on.
Okay. Everybody nod your head like you're accepting this information.
And then I was like, I want to do one more thing for Deep Stash Job December on New Year's Eve. So I started a hat, and I had some Rowan big wool in my stash. So I just started I inserted a lace pattern and started a little hat. So it's just a pattern I made up. I might have it test knit and offer it, maybe as a freebie. We'll see.
Cool.
I want to reknit it out of Rasta because I have some Malabriga Rasta in the stash that's been there for a while, and also some Cascade Magnum. So I think I'm and some hand spun, the loopettes that I spun ultra thick.
Yeah.
So I might use those and do some more. I'm not certain I like this stuff. Like it kind of flares out a little bit with the lace, which is kind of fun. But it's not probably the most flattering hat on me ever. Which is allowed because people have different shaped heads.
That's what I hear. It's the word on the street.
The word on the street. So that's my only finished object is that. It took me like 2 hours, including writing up the pattern. So that's why I probably won't charge for it. Even though I'm going to add, like I did one size, I'm going to add more sizes.
You know what you should do? It's bottom up, right? Or it's like
it's
crown up. Okay. You should do one. Have you watched the Fat Squirrel's latest episode? Okay, so she did like a little special on resizing gauge for sweaters, which was super helpful. If you have any questions about how to resize a sweater for you, if you have a different gauge, you should go and watch that. But the episode before that, she had knit a hat out of Wool People, and it's kind of like almost square shaped, and it's got like little hanging tassel things on them. That would be super cute on that hat because I'm the boss of you. And
I thought about putting a pom-pom on it and calling it Mel's hat because our friend Mel likes pom-poms.
Well, but I don't think pom-poms would work if it's not a snug beanie, right? Like if it's a slouchy beanie, you would kind of need something that hung.
You want more tassels than pom-poms? That's an interesting thing to discuss.
That's Laura's very polite way of saying, no way in hell am I putting tassels on this hat.
I don't prefer, here's my personal opinion with tassels and fringe and pom-poms. They take effort.
I just love the playing with the hair.
This is why I never leave my hair down, by the way. I always fiddle with it. So they actually involve effort, and I don't like effort. Plus, okay, if you want to see something hilarious, y'all, you have to go to Stephen West's YouTube, and he did the pom-pom episode, which is adorable, and he's adorable. Y'all know I have the biggest girl crush on him ever, but he's adorable, and he makes a pom-pom, and that's how my house looks after, there's little bits of fluff everywhere, and then my cat would eat it and be in the hospital, and That's why I can't make pom-poms. And that is my story, and I'm sticking with it.
Whatever.
And tassels are worse because, so pom-poms, if you don't know, you make like a little template, and it's like round. And
you wrap yarn around a piece of like cardboard, yeah.
Yeah. I actually have pom-pom makers, which I've used. And that was to make a pom-pom on the butt of my bun nugget. But, and then I was like, they don't really need pom-poms. They never, no other ones ever got pom-poms. But, like, you wrap it around and then you cut around and you make it pretty
Fluff
and you
it,
cut
yeah.
more around and you fluff it. And so, but with tassels, don't you, it's kind of like fringe.
Yeah,
Don't you
it's like a gathered section of fringe, and then you can do a braid. Okay, we've tangented a little bit on this, but basically I thought it looked super cute on Amy Beth, and I think it would look super cute on you too. So whatever. Don't fringe it then. That's fine. Anyway, I have some spinning. I'll show y'all.
Do you? I want to see.
You don't have to sound so surprised.
Okay.
Hold on. I'm trying to pull it. I brought my wheel down here thinking that I was going to spin during the show, and the way that this is set up, I can't really spin during the show. So this is our Expand Your Horizons for this month. Let me turn off my thing. Our Expand Your Horizons for this month is Southdown. And I consulted the Fleece and Fiber source book. And Southdown, as a point of interest, is a companionable animal. It's a small sheep, and normally around 24 inches, from what the book said. Well, they have bred baby doll Southdowns, which are no higher than 24 inches, but they're very good companion animals. And their wool
needs a Southdown sheep to keep him company.
Yeah, that's what my dog needs. So I had bought some from Highland Handmaids for baby doll Southdown. It was very reasonably priced. I bought it a few months ago. I don't remember exactly when. And it's I wouldn't say I don't know wool terms enough to be very specific. It is carded, but it's not combed. All the fibers are not all going. They're not all in a line, right?
They're jumbled.
Yeah. So
it's a woolen prep.
Yeah, there you go. It's a woolen prep. And so I'm spinning it woolen as well, which basically for people who aren't spinners, worsted spinning is when you are holding the fiber, and when you're allowing twist into it, you're keeping your hands pretty close together to control it very tightly. And so, and this is a very loose definition, so, spinners don't get to, like,
and typically you're keeping the fibers aligned in the same direction, and that's the prep on it as well for worsted. All the fibers are going the same direction, and when you spin them, you're trying to keep them going the same direction.
And you're compressing them so the air, there's not as much air in the single as when you spin it woolen. So that's why when you spin it worsted, you're running your hand along the back of it to smooth out the air. So subconsciously, even if you don't realize that's what you're doing. But a woolen spin is when a long draw, you pull it out to the side, and it's harder for me to do that because it's a less controlling way to spin, but it's better for this fiber. So it's taken me a long time because I've broken my single more times than I care to admit, and losing your single in a woolen prep, a woolen spun yarn, is not a whole lot of fun, because it's so fuzzy you can't frickin' find it. So this is what it looks like right now. I've got 2 bags of this.
Pretty.
So I've got 4 ounces altogether. I don't expect this to be anything. I just want to get it spun and see how it looks when it's done, because I've never spun and plied anything woolen, except in class.
I think you'll love it.
So we'll see.
So woolen spun is super airy. Yep.
Yeah.
But it also is good more for things that are not going to get a ton of abrasion.
Right.
So because it's loose, the air is there, it doesn't deal with abrasion quite as well. So a
glossy.
commercial.
Yeah, like a commercial comparison would be like Jared Flood's Loft or Shelter.
Brooklyn Tweed Shelter. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there you go. Brooklyn Tweed. Same guy, different company. So even though I've spun this for like 3 hours, I still feel like I have the whole bag. It's taken forever. I don't know if that's normal with wool and prep or not, but so that's my spinning.
That's really cool.
Thanks.
I'm glad one of us is doing Expand Your Horizons.
Well, I haven't started my fiber optic yet, but
I haven't started that either, but that's next on my list.
So what are you spinning?
Actually, it's not. I'm a total liar. So, I had to think what I put. Well, here's the thing. I got some new things that came to the house, and they're really pretty. It's the is that all for your spinning? I don't want to interrupt you.
Yes, that is all for my spinning.
Okay. So I got these bats from Dripping Fiber, which I always wanted to call Dripping Thing Studios because there's a book called Dripping Thing, and I want to call it Dripping Thing. And they're these 4 little bats that are folded up. So bats are woolen prep too. Well, we're just talking about preps. And look, she folds them into the cute little knots, and they're so pretty. And so they came like Thursday, and they got on my wheel yesterday.
Somehow.
Somehow. So that's what's upstairs. So let me unfold this. It's this cute. I love bats. So actually, bats are worsted prep.
Yeah, they are. They're worsted
I
prep.
totally lie.
And they're all the fibers are lined up perfectly.
So, see, I'm a liar today in multiple ways. So that's the front side. You can see that like bright pink shimmer going through, and then the back is that brown and the mixture of the brown and the gray, and they're really pretty. And what I am doing and there's some glitter, some gold in there. I don't know if you can see it, but what I am doing is they came in 4, so it's really easy to split when they're in 4s. So I'm then tearing them into strips. And this one had like that real rich purple in there too. So I'm tearing them into strips, and I am spinning them on the line drum upstairs. So I just started. That's I tore the bat that I got into 4 strips, and so I've done 3 of the 4 strips. And it looks like that. That white's my leader. But it looks like that, and I'm spinning it pretty thick, not like super thin. And I'm just enjoying the heck out of this yarn. So it's really pretty, and I want her to make more bats right now so I can buy them. But she had a bat club, and I really, really thought about it, and then I was like, no, I'm going to be good in the new year. I'm going to try to spin up more of what I have. That's not working for me.
Put all your stash on Ravelry, then it'll work for you, I promise.
No, I don't want to do that. So that would take like all my spinning and knitting time for 4 weeks right there.
Yeah, it would.
Taking pictures of stuff, and that's boring, and I don't like that kind of thing. So, but people who do it are amazing and awesome.
You could move here, and then I would help you do it.
And then none of us would have anything to show.
We could take a hiatus. It'd be okay.
Awesome plan. So there's that, and actually downstairs, I was really going to start my Southbound, but Southern Cross is doing semi-solid spin-along.
Shut up about Southern Cross.
And so I started spinning some of David's fiber, which is just a little bit like.
You're going to make it even harder to get anything of Southern Cross. You do ruin all the things.
So talk about coolest. So David, owner of Southern Cross, is actually one of the members of Dripping Fibers Club.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So
That's
I thought
pretty awesome.
I can't participate. I have to go look at everyone else's pretties.
See, I won't torture myself that way.
Oh, totally. Until she reopens again. You know who else has a club that I really want to join that I'm being good about is the First Draft is doing a Dresden Files club, and if you haven't read Dresden, I know you've read Dresden Files, but people in general haven't read them.
Yeah, I haven't.
Oh, really?
Mm-mm. You've recommended it a couple times, but I haven't yet.
And the guy who does the audiobooks is Spike from Buffy.
Oh, cool.
And he doesn't
Martin.
have a British, yeah, he doesn't have a British accent, which, wah, wah, wah. Whatever. This is the content of those bats. If you can read that, you are doing much better than I am today. No, it's merino, cordell, something I can't read, bamboo, silk, and sparkle, and they're 4.3 to 4.6 ounces, and the colorway is felt.
Okay, I'm sorry. My dog is whining. Please keep talking. I'll be right back.
SVELTE. So, and that is from Dripping Fiber Studios, and she puts bats in every once in a while. She's got some really cool stuff, so I highly recommend her. And Leslie, I know, has spun some of her stuff in the past, or at least gotten some of her stuff in the past. And I actually have some of her roving in. She did some Hunger Games colorways at one point that I have some of her cashmere roving. Hey, Neelix!
He can't hear you, babe.
I know. But I like saying hi to him, although, anyway, because otherwise I feel like I'm not acknowledging him. So that's what's on my wheels. What I finished is I finished some Gotland.
Oh, you participated in the December spin-along in January.
I actually finished it in January. I spun the singles in
It's pretty. I like the shimmer of it.
Yeah, I just Navajo applied it. That's the cool thing about long wools is you get that shimmer and shine to it that you don't get on some of the shorter fibers.
Cool.
So there's that.
How much yardage did you get?
Do what?
How much yardage did you get?
Oh, 70 yards of Navajo ply. And then I spun some mixed BFL.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
This is what my sister-in-law and brother and nieces got me for Christmas.
That is beautiful.
So isn't that pretty? It's spun right round, and it's the Frog Pound colorway of their mixed BFL, which is like a two-tone BFL.
Mhm.
And it's 245 yards.
That's gorgeous.
I enjoyed it, and Julia helped me spin it. So that's always
Julia
fun.
helped you spin it?
Yeah.
That's cool.
So when Julia helps, it's always a good memory. And then last but not least, I have some merino tencel, which this one has not been soaked or thwacked yet, but it's Navajo ply. It was just some leftover, only like 3 ounces. And it's around, I want to say 170 yards. Did I say, okay, so the mixed BFL was 245. This was 170 yards of a Navajo ply. So there's all that shimmer and shine.
You ply so much more loosely than I do. Like, I don't know, and it's not a negative thing. It's just an observation. Just because my twist is always so close to each other, and my dog needs me so much. I'm sorry.
He loves so much.
But I like the way yours looks a lot better than the way that mine looks. As far as your finished yarn, it looks more like relaxed and happy.
Even though I think it was really crusty, part of that was the fiber.
Yeah, it is a rougher fiber than the merino or any of those the softer, like luxury feeling wools. It is more of a rustic.
Which I love. I mean, I love rustic wools anyways.
Oh yeah, they definitely have their place. Absolutely.
Doing some difference. I would be so bored if I just spun merino, silk, and Holworth all day long. Although I love Holworth. But you know what I'm saying.
Mhm. You need variety, hence expand your horizon.
Yep. And other fun things that we do.
Yep.
So that is it for me for spinning. I have a real brief book review. It's not even like it is a knitting book, but it's not. So in the past, I've talked to y'all about Princess of the Midnight Ball and Princess of Glass. And last week I happened to mention that the Sun and Moon, Ice and Snow fairy tale was one of my favorites, and all those books are by this author. She has a new one that just came out. So in the Princess of the Midnight Ball, which is based on the 12 Dancing Princesses fairy tale, she goes into knitting. And in this one as well, the main characters knit, and there's some patterns in the back. But if you're looking for an interesting young adult series, this is the final one in the trilogy. Definitely not my favorite. The first one is my favorite. The first two were pretty cheap, actually, for your Kindle if you're looking to pick those up. And then this one just came out, I think, last week. So it's about to go to school. I haven't processed it yet, hence no spot and label. But, school purchased it. So it's a good series. I really enjoyed it if you're into the princess fairy tale genre.
Awesome. So is this part of your duty as librarian is to read the books as they come in?
I try to, because it's hard for me to recommend a book to a child if I haven't read it or don't know anything about it. I also, on the morning announcements, which, you know, is over the loudspeaker to every Wednesday, I do a different book talk. So right before break, I did how they croaked the ends of the famous people, just how all these famous people died, which was really good. I like that for nonfiction. And then this coming Wednesday, I am talking about the Newbery winner from last year, which I just finished reading, and now I'm not going to remember its name. But it's about a girl who, and I'm not a huge historical fiction fan, I'm definitely more fantasy, but she it's during the Great Depression, and her father sends her back to the town where he grew up, and she has to kind of solve the mystery of what went on during the early 1900s during World War I in that town, and how her dad became the person that he is. And I totally can't remember the name of it. I'm going to look it up while you talk for a while.
I don't have a ton to contribute, but okay. Most of our favorite things this week are Deep Stash Dive December winners, and we did draw those ahead of time because there were like almost 24 prizes, and nobody wants to sit and watch us fumble through searching for these people in Ravelry. So we drew them ahead of time. We were completely fair, and anyhow, my dog
years ago. It was Moon Over Manifest by Claire Vanderpool, because I already read last year's, which was Dead End in Norvelt by Gigantos. Well, both the books are really, really good if you like the more historical fiction genre. All right, so drawing.
Okay, first, so that if they're not interested in drawings, they can ditch. I've got one more shipment of the Wool Gatherings Fiber Adventurer Club, and I canceled it just because I haven't spun any of it, and I've been in the club for almost a year, and that's stupid. So I canceled it, and after I've caught up, I may rejoin. We'll see. But this is the December 2012 edition, and this is 100% Blueface Leicester, so BFL, and it's in very pretty purples and browns and yellows. So it is a lovely color, and it is my second to last shipment. So I'll show you my last shipment when it comes in. It'll be the January edition. And from here on out, it's all prizes for both. Well,
SSK announcement real fast, okay. Too. See, we're liars today.
We don't know what we're doing.
It's like we don't even look at the show notes. Oh, wait. So, SSK classes were put on the Super Summer Knit Together site. So if you are a participant in Super Summer Knit Together and you get one class included in the cost of SSK, you can kind of look over your options. We'll actually have sign-ups going on in probably late March.
Yeah. And that's primarily because we still have people, up until the last payment is due, we still have people who may end up having to drop out for whatever reason, and it's easier to shuffle classes once we have our full load. So like Laura said, one class is included with the cost of the event, and we'll have the ability to purchase extra classes closer to the event. So just take a look over the classes, and so you can kind of see what you're interested in. Again, we've got Gail Zucker, who's teaching 2 different classes on photography. We've got JC Boggs, who's teaching 2 different classes on wheel spinning. We have Susan B. Anderson, who's teaching 2 different knitting classes, and we've got Amy Christophers teaching 2 different knitting classes. So go take a look. There should be something for everyone. And other SSK stuff, we've decided on yarn for the goodie bag and fiber. And this year, the yarn and the fiber are not the same color. And it's going to be really cool. We're very excited about it. And we're finalizing some goodie bag stuff. So lots going on behind the scenes.
Yep. I do want to mention for the JC Boggs classes, they are not beginning spinning classes.
Right.
You do have to have some wheel experience in order to take them. So please don't be a beginner and sign up.
Well, by that she means you need to know how a wheel operates. You need to know how to get fiber into a single onto the bobbin.
Consistently.
Right. That doesn't mean that you should feel intimidated if you've only been spinning a couple months or whatever. But you need to understand the mechanics, and you need to be able to produce a single on the bobbin. You feel that's accurate, or?
Yes. No, I think that's very accurate.
I just don't want to scare off any people who may feel like they're too new to it. If you know how to spin and you can spin and ply yarn, you're fine.
As long as you can spin and ply consistent singles.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I don't know where my fiance or my child is, because I asked for an hour of quiet a week and I haven't gotten it this week. So anyhow, we have drawings for both Deep Stash Dive December and Lost City Knits. So I want to take a minute first and just say thank you to all of the wonderful people who have contributed to the prize pool. We've got some fantastic folks in our group and some wonderful supporters, so we appreciate you all. Thank you.
Yeah. I was so excited by how many people participated in Deep Stash Dive. It's very cool.
A lot of people who got rid of some horrific yarn in their stash. So more power to you. There are also some beautiful things in there. So
definitely.
Yay for getting some stash out. Do you want to go through and announce the first bucket of prizes for your stuff that you have at your house, and then I'll announce the stuff that I have at my house?
Awesome. So the first thing is a Marina Elena Bliss bag, and it's wrapped up, but it's gorgeous. She's the person who gave us the pink and brown bag earlier in the year. So there is that, and that goes to number 454, Ms. Penny B. So thank you, Ms. Penny B. Yay!
Congrats.
That's going to be, I need you to send me your address.
So whoever announces your prize, PM that person with your address, because the prizes are in different locations.
Yep. And then we have Fishnets in the Autumn Kiss colorway, which is self-striping, really, really pretty. And that is going to number 104, M. Harderson, MHARDERSEN, and that's just gorgeous. She said that's one of her most popular colorways. So congratulations.
Somebody didn't use their phone. That was you.
I don't even,
Okay, keep going.
Then there is a skein that I donated from Gypsy Knits. It is a BFL superwash fingering wool. The Poor Knitter's Cashmere is what it says on the label. And that goes to number 319, Judy Knits.
So congrats.
And then we have some Friday Studios yarn. I love this colorway. This was such a hard choice as to which one to keep. And it goes to number 210, Brian David 918.
So yay for a man representing.
And then we have, okay, I'm not certain which ones of these are which, so I have to grab them all. So this is the Little Red Riding Hood stitch markers from Little Skein. And those are going to Memphis Holly, number 56. She's local to me. She could just pick them up for me if she wanted.
Local.
Yay! And then these ones are Grinch. I love the Grinch Who Stole Christmas. Can you see them?
I can.
He's in there, and some other stitch markers from Littleskin, and that goes to number 180, K Bowman 123.
Ow.
And then these ones are Snoopy, and they go to number 330, Kathy G. And then last but not least, this must be Hello Kitty. And these are also from Littleskin. I'm going to have to order some from her, and she takes Etsy gift cards, which always makes me happy. And those go to number 84, Chain of Fools. And then 2 last prizes. I don't think I put this on there.
I don't think you did either.
I'm going to have to add it, and I'll draw someone real fast while you're doing yours. Okay. So Jinx Barnes, Strong Sock in the Ice Cream Sundae colorway.
Yeah, it's on there.
Okay, that one is on there. That goes to
it goes to number 17, Crafty Princess.
Thank you for actually reading. And then the back I don't think I put on there. From the Silver Pumpkin. I totally didn't.
You didn't.
I'm going to add that. You go through yours, and I'm going to add that.
All right, so the first prize is from Apothecary Yarns, and they are donating a skein of their cashmere sock yarn in your choice. So we'll just work directly with the Apothecary Girls. And so the person that won that is Dieborl, Dieborl, number 491. So you contact me, and we'll work with the Apothecary Girl. The next prize is 1 ounce of dyed silk hankies, and these are from
Love it.
Daisy Knits. So that goes to number 568, RN Mama. So contact me, and you can knit with these as well as spin. So if you're not a spinner, don't worry, you can still knit with them. The next prize, and this dog is driving me bananas, y'all. The next prize is a skein of her Daisy Knits lace weight in the X's and O's colorway, and this is the Merino Silk blend, and this goes to number 112, Canyon Wren 2. So congratulations, PM me, and we'll work on getting this shipped out to you. And Daisy also sent a skein of her, I don't know if this is DK or worsted. If I had to guess, I would assume worsted. And this is a Merino Silk Stellina blend, 231 yards, and this is also from Daisy Knits. And the winner of this is number 34, Have Faith. So again, congratulations, PM me with your address. We'll get it sent off. The next prize is a skein of Friday Studios in her Fireworks colorway, which now I have that Katy Perry song in my head. And this goes to number 426, Empty Knitster. Congratulations. This goes to you. And so PM me your address. And let's see, the next one is from My Stash, and that is the skein of Bugga, which is now Neelix Licked, in the Rusty Willow Sawfly colorway. And this is original Bugga. Neelix, go somewhere. And this goes to number 383, Judy Ann. So congratulations, and PM me with your address. And let's see, I think I've got one more. Oh, yes, the bag from Seashore Sharon. So our friend Sharon, who is a sweetheart and has a bag for every season, I think, she sewed a big bucket project bag. And the winner of this is Emo, Eat My Oxygen, number 543. And I think she entered a dozen times or more, so I think odds were in her favor, honestly.
I think so, too.
This goes to Emo, so Emo, PM me with your address.
I love the fabric.
I know.
I got of that.
It's very you.
And then, because I forgot my silver pumpkin bag, because I wanted to keep it, it's this very cute thing that Faye and Mel, the silver pumpkin, donated. This super cute bag. I don't want to unwrap it because I have it so pretty. And that is going to go to 477 Joan Flats.
So, congrats.
So, yep, email me.
So, whichever of us showed your prize, PM that person, and we'll get it mailed off to you. And then we have a Lost City Knits prize, right?
We do. So we have the Rumpelstiltskin colorway of the 100% silk from
beautiful
Lost City Knits, which is really, really pretty. It is 1,000 yards of that
I like how
gorgeous yellow.
depending on where the light is, it looks like a different color.
Love how silk shimmers.
Yeah.
It's, I think, a little bit maybe darker, more vibrant in real life, and this is going to number 47 of the Lost City Knits prize thread, Crystal Mo, and I really enjoyed reading y'all's favorite fairy tales, and I love The Paper Bag Princess. It's one of my favorite books, and actually Julia has a copy that I gave her when she was born, so I love seeing that Robert Munch story on there as well.
I'm sorry, I have a dog toy behind me. But I did want to thank Lost City Knits too, because they were our advertiser on our site in December, and they were overly generous with their
oh yeah,
support. So we thank them very wholeheartedly.
And I'll see them in less than a month.
Mhm.
I am now going. This is so crazy. So Oxford, Mississippi, has a very small fiber festival that goes on, and Lost City Knits is going to be vending there, and I wasn't going to go, and then then I saw that Shannon Oki was teaching like a sweater fit class, so I decided to sign up for that. So I will be in Shannon Oki's sweater fit class at that festival, because it's only 45 minutes from here, so
yeah,
why not? But yeah, I was not intending to go anywhere. And now
it's a 45-minute drive. It's no big deal. Yeah.
I was trying to convince Amy and Zarin to come up.
It's only 5 hours for them.
I know.
I'm surprised you haven't convinced them yet. When you get on something,
it's a work weekend. I guess they work weekend a month, so.
Yeah. Well, I think they're off like Tuesday. They're off weird days, like Tuesday and Wednesday, I think.
So if you're in the Mississippi area, you should come and say hi to me. I'll look like this.
All about Laura.
And I'd love to see y'all. So come up, and I'll have a couple buttons. So, because I found a bag that had 5 whole buttons in it the other day.
Oh, we still got to order buttons. Crap.
I know, we do.
Yeah. So
order mailing supplies too for all these
prizes.
Yeah,
we do. So if you want a prize, it might be a week before we mail it out, because we got to order mailing supplies. And thank you. We have had 3 or 4 people donate significant donations, and so we say thank you very much. We don't call people out by name just because we don't do that, and there's nothing wrong with that. But we did want to say thank you very much. We appreciate it, and it does help cover expenses, so we appreciate it very much. And Neelix appreciates it very, very much.
He would lick your face if you were there.
If I could mail you a kiss from Neelix, I would. And thank you to everyone who helped. It was so fun for me looking through the Deep Sesh Dive December FOs, because it's like some people not only used old yarn, they finished old projects, like stuff that had been sitting for 3 or 4 years. And it was so funny to just see how tastes have changed in the knitting community over those 3 or 4 years. So it was fun for me to look through that. It
was lots of fun.
He's just an eaty pants. Okay. Sorry. Dog is ridiculous. And he's never this bad except when the camera is on.
Much.
Yes, I see you very much. Okay. We will see you guys again in a week. So we hope you have a great one.
Bye, y'all.